DJ Shoza featuring Natalia Mabaso right here on the Morning Mix. It's a jolly good morning. Once again, it is Friday.
Moro moro.
The 21st of January.
Yes.
2022. Is it 2022?
2022, yeah.
This feels more like 2050. That's how long
It took.
this year's been, or this
Yes.
month has been.
Yes. I'm actually looking perhaps for a female partner, perhaps.
To do what?
No, she has to be a teacher.
Uh-huh.
No, because they must got paid yesterday. So if there's a female teacher that would like to go out with me for the weekend, please feel free. Send me your details.
That is how broke. That is how broke we all are.
I'm so broke I can't even pay attention.
Sit gou hier aan hierso. Good morning and welcome to all of you here on the Morning Mix. Joined here by none other than Kofi.
And Natalie Nadi Orange.
As ach, weet jy,
Ja, saying Moro Kofi, Moro Natalie.
Weet jy net, daar sal 'n dag kom. Die dag sal kom. Ons het nie probleem nie. Die dag sal kom. Ja. Since I am at the controls of this, yeah. I will use my abusive power. Yeah. One day.
It's against the Constitution.
Een dag is een dag.
The morning Constitution. The Morning Mix Constitution.
So that's it. Terwyl ons nou hier so sit, nee. And nobody else is really listening, or can actually fault you or me in what is happening, what happened yesterday.
Yes.
So
Moro.
yes, Moro. But is a Dibratse.
I'm within now.
Are you within now?
I'm within now.
Yeah. So eerlik waar nou. So what was your assessment of the explanation of Matthew yesterday in terms of pit bulls?
Pit bulls.
Yeah.
Remember, we've got to look at it, and today is also Muhu of the Week award. We mustn't forget that.
Oh yes.
But you know what we spoke about on Monday and what we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah.
Two different worlds. I absolutely loved Matthew yesterday and the information that he gave us.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the most informative sessions we've had for a long time. So well done to Matthew.
Yeah. Now Matthew, thanks. But what's your opinion about pit bulls after the discussion?
No. I think look, it's not as if I'm going to run out and get myself a pit bull. I'm not on that level.
Yeah.
Especially because it's typically not a dog that would fit into my lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, the functionality of the dog is a different functionality than my
what your needs are.
Yeah, my needs. I need a dog that can go party with me. Make sure that if I get drunk, looks after me, you know, carries me to the car or back into the home. Yeah, I need one of these St. Bernards with that little, that little fikey, that vat around the neck, and then just.
Yeah, he wants a wingman.
Yeah,
that's what I need. I need a wingman.
So and for you, Mitch.
For me, Matthew was just like a girl that's defending an abusive boyfriend. I'm kidding.
Come on.
I'm kidding.
Oh, hell no.
But he doesn't know that side of him. He just got to find it out today.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But I really grew up like there are two big pit bulls at our house, at my mom's house.
Currently,
two of them, and they
as
go
we speak,
and they are very defensive of my mom, and I didn't know a lot of stuff like what type of breed you want, if you need a guard dog, or if you need I didn't know how you have to raise these dogs to do whatever. But those dogs, since they were young, they're just with my mom, and they go everywhere with even to church.
So the idea of pit bulls at your family home, whose idea was that?
My brother.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now what Matthew was
This
saying.
Your older brother.
My older brother. So what Matthew was saying yesterday, You know those pit bulls that devoured or mauled that boy in
Yeah.
Oshimese?
Yeah.
So my brother sold those pit bulls to those pastor guys. They left the pit bulls at home for like 3 to 4 weeks without food, nothing.
Ooh.
And then they went to Swakop. And these dogs, like, hulle het 'n gat gemaak daar.
Yeah.
And that's how they got out. And that's what Matthew was explaining yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot have a pit bull if you want to travel and leave them at home.
Yeah.
And that was the mistake they did. And since then, I started hating pit bulls. I will be honest.
Okay.
Since I saw that incident and I
Yeah.
knew it was through all this stuff, I was like, no, not me and those dogs.
But you can see what a difficult task Matthew has in order to maintain and also restore the
Yeah.
reputation of these dogs.
Yeah. Very true. But for me personally, my theory about pit bulls stays the same. I love Matthew as a person. Love what he does, and I think the work that he's trying to do, especially with pit bulls, in obviously using all his skills to help families who do have these breeds, to make sure that these guys don't lose it like what
Yes.
what we are
Yeah.
seeing
Yes.
globally. For that, I commend him, and he's a guy who's
It's like these farmers, especially in South Africa, that started keeping lions. You know, and then they go into the cages
Hello.
and all that and say,
Hello.
look world, look at me, I'm so famous, I can touch my lions any time of the day or night. I am Tarzan the Magnificent.
Hello.
Just look at me. And then the next moment they get chomped up and everybody says, oh,
yeah.
how dare these lions do that? Let's shoot them.
Let's shoot them. And they killed the lions. I mean, I saw a house somewhere in Johannesburg with where these people, I think they were featured on Carte Blanche a few weeks ago, where these people are keeping Siberian tigers.
Yeah, but Mike Tyson
But
did that.
why would you
Tyson
do
did
Mike Tyson did that.
It did
Tyson
that.
did
But,
Mike
but Tyson had
Let's speak
very-
Mike Tyson language for the rest of
very
us.
high walls. That is
Yes.
what he had.
And he had the tiger.
He had a tiger.
I want
Yeah.
to eat your face.
Mike Tyson. So,
I want to eat your children.
Mutumba says, why I say the breeders need to do better and stop focusing on money. Yeah, I understand very much Mutumba. Mutumba suggested to me yesterday that Mutumba is a guy that I've known. We are family. We are family. And Mutumba said to me, Neville, a dog that would really fit you well is a British bulldog. Very docile,
Yes.
lazy.
he
want
should
to
actually
chill
get one
at
of these
home.
Yeah.
these basset
Yeah.
hounds.
Nee.
Have you ever noticed the basset hounds? They must not bark.
Uh-huh.
They don't go woof 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 woof. They just go. They're standing and they walk like. Do you know what the basset hound look like? They're about this tall but this long, and they've got these ears that almost hang onto the floor. And
Die wangen is ook so.
yes. And but when they, let's say you knock on the door and they stand in the corridor, they must bark like this. Unbelievable.
Môre
En
koffie.
huskies. En huskies.
Nee.
Huskies.
Ek het vir Hilda,
Kom in, steel nog.
ek het vir Hilda gekoggel gisterand. Ek sê after our show, sê nee, wat hierdie Caesar is 'n flop, is 'n botch. Silbe wakumbwa, môre everyone. Ora virindi, môre koffie, môre
Môre.
tigu, môre malume. Dankie my skat. Why I s- yeah, okay, that is the comment from Mutumba. Antonius Mabuju, the show is beautiful even for us who are badly broke. At least
Yay.
I'm laughing.
Antonius, I'm with you.
Ons Sam.
Ons sal nou net praat, Antonius.
Ons Sam. I'm telling you, ek kom ry vanoggend hier so in, hè. And once again I say, at our house as we speak, daar's kos, daar's drank.
Hey.
Ons het
Daar's nog drank by jou.
nee, daar's drank
Yes,
by my.
ek weet waar ek gaan kuier.
Ja,
We
ons
going
gaan
to
sommer, ja, we
Basson's family.
We're going to Basson's house.
Maar we don't have any cash. Die krag staan hierop wat op 10. Ek het hier so met my kar hier so kom ingery. Dus ek kyk die range is so 25 kilos. Yeah. So the chase is on. The chase is on as to where we're gonna get money for this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
The chase is on.
Yeah.
Like
the
I
weekend.
said, any female teacher
En
can phone me.
of bank. Ja, bank se mense het ook gepay.
I want to open up to politicians, the police and the teachers. I have a lot of problems. I want to open up and talk to you guys. Please reach out to me. But if you didn't get paid yesterday, don't reach out to me. Asseblief.
Hela Mitch. Jy sal nie my bra shade kon gooi hier nie. Rubbish. It's probably what you said about Matthew. It's from Riviera.
Ai, moet dit gaan man.
Mutumba says saints are huge dogs, might cost a lot on dog food. Moro to everybody. When is the how to handle a Mavutu expert coming in? That is a very good topic.
Next week, ne?
There's another question I want to ask around relationships. Once Kaufi does the news, Mora Almaldu, JD, Mora Neveliki, no waar is Stompie, there's no Natalie. Jy wat shades gegooi is. Willem Bolle says, haal die banner af, guys. Wil julle die banner af hê? Okay. Mora to Kaufi only.
Hey, who's
It's
that?
from Doris.
Oh, Doris.
Trendy.
Hello,
trendy.
Doris. So now I've got Mohau, I've got Natalie, and I've got Doris. I think I'm doing better than you and Mitch together.
And now for the news.
News. Informante news. Firm but fair.
This is Informante Live, and these are our top stories. The Namibia Tourism Board has won its civil case against African music awards company Mondial Telecom, in which it sued the company after a botched deal to stage the Kora Music Awards in Namibia in 2016. The Kora Awards was founded in 1996 by Benin-born businessman Ernest Adjovi and created to recognize African musicians. According to the agreement, Mondial Telecom was set to host the Kora Awards in Namibia on the 20th of March 2016 as part of the NTB's plans to promote tourism in the country. In exchange, a total of $1.5 million, which equivalents to 23 million Namibia dollars, was to be paid to the organizer, Mondial Telecom. Inter alia, Mondial Telecom was obligated to render 26 promotional television clips before the awards ceremony, showcase NTB promotional TV clips, and host the Kora Awards in Namibia. Magistrate Taboka Mopipi has ruled that the Botswana Defence Force cannot be held criminally liable for the deaths of 4 Namibian fishermen who were shot dead by the Botswana Defence Force along the banks of the Chobe River. Brothers Tommy, Martin, and Wamunyima Nchindu and their cousin Sinvula Munyeme, a Zambian national, were shot and killed by BDF soldiers on the 5th of November 2020 at night after they allegedly went on a fishing expedition. The 4 men were perceived as poachers and were shot. Kasane Regional Magistrate Mopipi stated that findings into the inquest showed that the Botswana Defence Force had no intentions to kill the fishermen and that the force fired in self-defense. And finally, despite various lockdowns and the placement of the country on high-risk area lists by various countries due to COVID-19, the influx of tourist arrivals in Namibia continued with a total of 233,692 tourists entries recorded at all border points across the country in 2021. This shows an overall increase of 37.81% when compared to 2020 tourist arrivals. This is according to statistics provided by the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism. The data shows that Hosea Kutaka International Airport was the most active border point with 43.7% of tourist arrivals, followed by Ariamsvlei with 15.1%, Noordoever with 13.1%, Transkalahari with 10.5%, and Rooikop with 6.4%. Your Trustco share price today, the 21st of January, is at $1 Namibia and 50 cents per share. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollars is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 30 cents, against the euro at 17 Namibia dollars and 40 cents, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars and 90 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informante News. Informante News. Informante News. Firm but fair.
Right. So, quite interesting news there, isn't it?
I think we just got a last entry into the Mukhu of the Week competition.
Right.
And I do think that we have a clear contender. I know you are seeing that there is a Mukhu of the Week. Yeah, that's now between Mr. Skunk and Tatin Tentunga. But I do think that even these two, in my view, are basically dwarfed
Right.
by this Mukhu, in my regard,
Right.
in my opinion, this Mupipi.
Mupipi. Botswana Mupipi.
Yeah. He's surely a pipi.
Yeah.
Oh, pipi, man.
Ish.
Yes, like a...
Okay, so they had.
Are we putting it up for next week?
They had.
Nee, man.
They
Dis
had.
nog nie einde van die weekie.
So we put him up now.
They had.
No! Put him up now.
Okay, I'll
Mupipi.
put- Except for Mupipi.
Epagap. Pipi.
The Bokke.
Jene?
Dis moet nog bezig, dan kom ik zelf.
Nee. Sit vir Mupipi op.
Ons het vir Mupipi op.
Here?
Because, I mean, they had these court cases now in Botswana amongst themselves. So if you have a court case amongst your own people,
Yeah.
with your own judge, in your own court,
Yes.
of course you're going to find them not guilty.
Hallo.
Hello, you need to go in front of the International Tribunal in Den Haag.
Yes.
Den Haag.
Ja.
Daar moet hierdie storie uitgesorteer
Okay,
word.
and
Not in your own home country.
Yeah, and yes, we can go as far as say, you know what? Let's not even go to Den Haag. If it's an African problem, let's sort it out the African way.
Okay,
it's
okay.
our house.
Yes.
Is there
SADC,
Yeah, let SADC sort it out.
a SADC tribunal.
Is there a SADC tribunal that this could have been taken to?
Exactly.
So that this could be argued.
Yes.
Okay? By a regional court.
Yes. Not in your own home.
Not in
back
your own
garden.
home. I see my pee-pee.
Yes.
Just like it, man. Anyway, but we will touch on it also a little bit in the news. But give us, Kaufi, a little bit of information around the coronavirus cases.
Coronavirus cases, interesting stats today, and we're reporting obviously on the statistics from yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday, the Ministry of Health and Social Services has reported that yesterday, newly confirmed cases 151, with recoveries 105.
Okay.
So 151, 105, obviously things are going up a bit. Active cases currently in Namibia 9,403. And here comes the other thing. Remember the day before yesterday? They reported 30 deaths.
Yeah.
Yesterday they reported 20. So over a 2-day period, we're looking at 50 deaths.
50.
Right? So that's basically Wednesday and Thursday, 50 deaths due to coronavirus in Namibia.
Is nogal baie, hè?
I think so, Neville. I certainly think so. That is, we don't want any deaths. But, remember there when was it? It was in December or early January. We hardly had any deaths. For a long period, we had 0 deaths. And now all of a sudden we're seeing these huge amounts of deaths.
Ja. Nee, man.
Ish.
Dit raak 'n bietjie erg nou. And as you say, Kaufi, statistics show that in terms of people hospitalized and infected, that's roughly 80 to 85%
Unvaccinated cases, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But we all know that we're not doing well with our vaccinations. Where we now, I think we spoke about we had 16 or 17%
Yeah.
in the country. Was it that or was it 14? But
Yeah,
I'll just check
14.
that up. I think it was 14.
14%.
So, please, Namibians, go and get yourself vaccinated.
Please do. Okay. Koffie, ja, ons het gisterand het ons gewag en gewag. Hy het so 'n bietjie gedrup op die dak, en so.
Right.
What news do you have for us?
Well, the news that we have for you, the Informante brought a story yesterday in the south of the country, in the Marintal area, and obviously also in the Khomas Hoogland area, in that area, the Pakrim River. There was a farmer in the back of the Pakrim River who had a dam, and that dam, they got 68 millimeters overnight.
Wow, that's a lot.
And the dam actually broke, and that water then started running into the Hardap Dam.
Wow.
Right, now the interesting thing about the Hardap Dam, on Tuesday, the Hardap Dam's capacity was at 41%. And within 3 days, that the capacity basically came to almost close to 70%.
Wow.
And then that farmer's dam broke, and although the calculations made is that dam capacity water was going to push up the water levels of the capacity of the Hardap Dam by about 6%. So there's no reason for concern in terms of Marintal residents and also the scheme producers, the farmer producers there.
That's good to hear.
However, last night at 12 o'clock, at midnight, the dam's capacity was at 71%, and the water authority started opening up the sluices.
Okay.
So the information that we got this morning, that the sluices are open, and that the sluices are now running at about 200 to 250 cubic meters per second into the river in Marintal. Eventually, we all know that water then ultimately, if it does flow all the way through, ends up in the Neckartal Dam.
Yeah.
But then in terms of the weather forecast for today, the 21st of January, widespread thunder showers are still expected over the western half of the interior. Please take the necessary precautions. The interior, partly cloudy and warm to hot in the northeast, with a few thunder showers in the Kavango, Otjizonchupa East, and the Omaheke region. Elsewhere, partly cloudy and warm to hot, with scattered to widespread thunder showers, windy weather over the interior in places. The coast, partly cloudy and cool to warm with showers and thunder showers, with a wind moderate to fresh southwesterly. The maximum temperatures for today, we can still expect some cooler temperatures for today. In Windhoek today, the maximum at 29 degrees Celsius. Then going to the north of the country, in the Zambezi region, Katima Mulilo with 34. Then in Omuthia, 29, Ondangwa 29, Oshakati 28. In Otjiwarongo, 29, Rehoboth with 30. Then in Marintal today, we can expect temperatures of 38, Keetmanshoop of 32, and then the east of the country, Gobabas 33, with Beitepos also 33. And that's your weather.
Koffie, vielen Dank, thank you very much. Mugu van die maand. Wie is nou Mugu van die maand? Ek kan nie vote nie, sê Rovera. Die ander ou is nie daar nie. Wie is die ander ou? Ek ken nie.
Ek praat miskien van Divine.
Okay.
Jy praat van Divine.
Stephanus, James Ananias, Cyrilin Ilonga, los me uit. Okay? Leave me alone.
Leave me
It's
out.
Friday.
Yeah, leave me out.
Yeah, count me out.
Ek het niks gesê nie. I said nothing. Okay? Mutumba, yes, Mutumba says the outcome was expected. Very much so when it comes to these fishermen that got shot. Are the Mavutus handling you? Wie wordt gehandeld van Mavutus hierso? Okay, ons het die banner afgehaal, Willem, thank you very much. Ja, Mupipi sinipatni. This is what Sylvia is saying. Mupipi sinipatni. Masha, kort gaat kind. Hey, jy word ganyatsa hierso van Masha.
People are asking why you in here and then you're not in here.
That is my baby mama.
Is it your baby mama?
Ja, two swipes at die dog het. Nou sy is kwaad vir my. Elke dag. En so kom my kan ek nie mense blok nie. They will make me admin. I want to try out the button.
Mense vat nog kanse om in riviere te loop en klomp karre het met die water gegaan.
Ja, dat is nogal waar.
Wilhelm, ja, why do people do that?
I don't know. We've seen this over the years. Wilhelm is absolutely right. We've seen this over the last 20, 30 years. That once it starts raining, people take their cars and drive into the rivers.
Ja.
It's like an extreme sport for us.
Yeah.
But Neville, one thing that I was sitting there, I was like, you know how proud and like, you know that type of thing that Tswanas have in them.
No, very proud people.
That's
Love
why
Botswana.
like we already expected that outcome.
No, they just don't like fishermen, especially ours.
Exactly.
The Tswanas don't apologize.
Uh-huh.
Your Tswana girlfriend will cheat on you and say, listen, I know I'm wrong, but I can't say sorry.
Ja.
Just because of my culture.
En dit is presies wat Jürgen Keisep sê.
Yep.
Ek is jammer, maar Botswana bly maar 'n bully in die region.
That's waar.
They're too
They've
proud.
never really been friendly to their neighbors. Have you ever noticed Botswana over the years? They haven't really been friendly or forthcoming to South Africa, to us, to Zimbabwe. They just do their own thing. They think.
They have an American military base in
I
their
know.
country.
Yeah, I know. But then also, I think the pure narcissistic nature of
them,
the Tswanas.
Very.
And you know, the
Very.
Tswanas are like jy kry mos die Tswanas, dan kry jy die hoe noem hulle is net die Tswanas soos in Tswana. There is no in hoe noem hulle tog daai mense?
But in Botswana.
Yeah, but they also
There are
hate
only-
each other.
There are only Tswanas in Botswana.
No, I'll remember it now.
Okay.
I know, and they
The
Kalakatis,
Is
and
it?
then Kalaris.
Uh-huh.
Kalaris, Tswanas, Kalakatis.
Okay.
Kalakatis hat die Tswanas. Die Tswanas hat die Kalaris.
And then you have your Herero Tswanas.
Herero Tswanas
Yeah,
daar by
because they
Maun.
Yeah, they left, or they have been living in Botswana since the German Herero War of 1904.
No, didn't they just want Mavutus?
Yeah.
I think it was a Mavutu deal.
Is it a Mavutu? Hier is klomp Mavutu comments hier so, maar we will get into it. Tangani with the capital says Botswana is angry because they don't have an ocean and they don't have the color.
Listen.
The color green prosperity.
I want to tell you guys something. You are absolutely right. Did you know that although Botswana doesn't have an ocean, Botswana has a navy?
Yes.
Botswana has a navy
They
stationed in Durban.
in Durban.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It's the first country that I know of that doesn't have an ocean, but it has a navy.
What in the Kiat, man?
Yeah.
Their currency's value is their defense. Money is
Yeah. Die pula
money
is
is
sterker as
defense. That's what Veronique Bernardine is saying. Die story begin by Kasikili Island. Dis 'n beef. Wilhelm Bolle, yes, I remember. You are so right. Die beef het daar so
Ja,
begin.
heeltemal reg.
And
Correct.
I remember when I was a bit younger when that started with the Kasikili Islands, Botswana immediately, I believe, bought a lot of military equipment from Denmark at that time, which sort of gave us an indication that they are willing to escalate this to another level.
Yeah.
That was a time when Tate Nyoma was still president of the country. But we don't want to get into war with anyone. But then again, the sovereignty of Namibians must be protected. And it obviously started. Yeah, I'll just quickly want to read this article on the front page. The Nshindo family is pleading with the Namibian government to help them get justice after a Botswana magistrate ma pipi ebaga pipi
Chikeman.
found that the 4 fishermen gunned down by the Botswana army were to blame because they opened fire first. So Namibians who are fishermen sees the Botswana army and they decide to shoot the army first.
Right.
This is what this Mapipi is trying to make us believe.
with fish bullets.
with fish bullets.
How will you stand up
Okay.
and see an army of, like, you see a soldier and you want to shoot him first?
You shoot first.
How?
Check, man.
Okay, so listen to this. The total population of Botswana is 2,350,000, and they've got 9,000 active Defence Force personnel.
Okay.
So let's just go and look at Namibia. Just give me 2 seconds. You guys can talk about something else in the meantime.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a very interesting, Kalfi. Thank you for doing that.
Dirk
Kleinschmidt says, "Hi Dirk, happy belated birthday, my
Yes.
broer. Mag die
Yes.
Here jou seën en jou baie jare spaar. Dirkas, ons is baie lief vir jou, my broer. We love you. You are our brother. En ons is bly om te sien hier op social media, wherever that you are traveling to, there's a certain quality of life that you are enjoying. Ons is baie bly daarvoor. He says, being a former British colony, Botswana shares a rank structure similar to that of the United Kingdom. Botswana is a landlocked country and does therefore not possess a navy.
It does.
Okay? Ja, die Duitsers sê it does.
I will go and find out.
Ja, Jürgen Geisep says, obviously het ma pipi klein man syndroom. Ja.
China's a short people.
Okay, so the Namibian population is 2.6 million,
So we are 300,000
more than
them.
Botswana, and we have 12,500 active
Yeah.
NDF.
Botswana was 9 or what?
They were
Yeah.
9.
Okay, nee, ons hulle kan iets maak. Maar dan moet ons, we must have a bastard president to fight wars
Yeah,
and stuff.
St.
We will
Kubus.
not do it with
St.
Damaras and
Kubus.
bamboos. Let's have a bastard president.
Try and repeat
Why?
what you did at St. Kubus.
So we can, then we will be able to fight war. If Botswana says, yeah, you want war, bastard, hey, Fachika.
Ja.
Wil jy kyk jy op standby nie, broer?
Kyk jy op standby nie. No,
Ek sê mos.
Kalfi, so jy stem saam, ons moet maar 'n bastard daar sit.
Ja, ons
I think so.
Ja, nee, want die bastard sê proudly that hulle het julle Duitsers klaar gemaak by Samkubis.
Right.
Dis wat hulle sê. So apparently, ek het eendag met 'n ou Morney Lou, 'n pastor vriend van my, sê vir my, luister, ons is veronderstel om die Duitsers compensation te betaal, want ons het hulle gebliksem
Ja.
daar by Samkubis.
Don't worry, our invoices are coming.
Maar Neville, nee, like, the problem is, don't send the invoices. The problem is, fighting with somebody that does not care to die.
Ja,
And pastors do not
nee,
care.
hulle worry nie.
That's the problem. You cannot fight with somebody that they want to die.
Hulle wil dood.
The first words when you start fighting, hulle sê, jy moet my doodmaak vanaan.
Ja.
Vanaan moet jy my dood.
Jürgen Geisep sê,
Nope.
Jürgen Geisep sê 12,000 dronklappe. Hey, fusek man. Hey. Jy die respect, Jenny. Ja. Estomich says, why is Kaufman part of the top Jita list? The voice is forever there. You people. I voted for Kaufman. Hugs Kaufi from the Ice Queen.
Okay.
Kaufi, you'll get the first hug when I come there as a guest on the show.
Thank you.
Live here. The other two will get a high five. Dog Whisperer came second, but you didn't have that runner-up button.
Okay, I have to apologize. Botswana does not have a navy. Turkey is right. I was
Yeah.
talking rubbish. I
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah.
I can't be always right.
It's true, ne? Yeah. You know, we own up. Yeah.
There's one thing about Kofi that I like so much. He's not afraid to change his opinion.
No.
And he's not afraid to
Ons
be
groot
wrong.
manne.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing to be wrong. Nothing wrong to be wrong.
By ons sê, but I read it somewhere, man.
Yeah.
At
yeah.
least I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Mark of the beast.
I apologize, but the Tswanas, they don't apologize.
Yeah.
I try they
Ish,
don't.
Shike.
Yeah, Mutumba says it's because their former president was a military person. Their military bought modern weapons from the States. Now they are flexing their muscles.
Wow.
Botswana ken Namibia is 'n moego.
No.
Dis hoekom ons altyd
dit
gespasa
is-
word. Dis wat Willem sê.
Botswana also, the reason why they don't have a navy is because they can't swim. The moment that they see the ocean, when they come to Swakop and they see blue water, they get the fright of their lives. Hulle swem mos net in breinwater.
Ja, hulle klomp daar.
Hulle weet nie dat water eintlik veronderstel is om blou te wees nie.
Kan wel jy gaan in op die Jonas. But
Yeah.
never like just there's I think was it in 2012 or 11? There was a South African woman that went for a vacation there, and she and her husband, and I don't know what the husband did, but she shot the husband.
Ish.
Oh yeah, I believe she was on death row or something.
Yeah. They did not want to give back that lady to South Africa.
Yeah.
They said nope.
Wasn't that white lady that
It's
got
the white lady.
executed?
Yeah, they executed her. They
Yeah.
said nope, you are not getting her back. And if we go as ons face moet slaan, kom ons slaan face.
Neville, I think we
Maar die
discussed
vrou moet hierso dood.
We discussed this a while ago, I think 2 years ago. You and I, we had a discussion about this. It's
the
just
death
the
penalty.
former President Khama.
Yeah.
No?
Die own.
Although he had the death penalty available to him, he just didn't exercise it.
Yeah. I don't know what actually happened with that specific case per se. But,
Yes.
But like you do say, I remember that she was incarcerated there. I don't know if she's still incarcerated
No,
there.
they
No,
executed,
they executed her.
Oh,
She
they
but then
she's gone.
after that execution, there, if I speak, I don't think there was any other execution
Yeah,
after that for a long, long
Yeah.
time, because Khama just didn't exercise the
Yeah.
death penalty.
Yeah, not that I disagree with Botswana there. You know what? Yes, we've had many discussions here in the studio for the last 4 years about the death penalty.
Yes.
And for me, okay, we don't want to keep the topic too heavy today, but I'm just saying, when it comes to the death penalty, if I had a choice in this country, I would bring it back.
I agree. Make them to execute them. Make them watch Namibian soccer. Then they'll just die on the spot.
Coffee.
That's how bad things are at the moment. with Namibian
but
soccer.
for real, that's how bad it is.
Yes, like it.
But death
Botswana,
penalty, Neville.
Look at Neville friend Hage and think, let's show this man. Hey, hey, Estomish, hey, Ganji. Franco Jose says, Duitsers kan ook top Gita raak. So waar, Arsenal sal die league wen. Franco,
Het julle gister geflop ook?
was het kak geflop gister.
Liverpool het julle.
I didn't even watch the game, okay?
I think it was at the 11th minute that they scored the first goal.
Ja, gou 2-0 klaar gemaak by ons huis. Raymond
my God, man.
Basson sê Koffie en moenie laat hulle hy sien nie. Hulle gaan flow. Hulle ken net krokodille.
Hulle moenie 'n hy sien nie.
O, hy sien nie.
Ja,
Ja, no,
hyba
true.
man, hyba.
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 Yeah. Guys, it is in terms of, not that it's going to be the main topic for today, but it's just a question that I need to ask you guys before we also move to some of the stories here in the newspaper. Talking about the relationships, you know, we want to keep things a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
On Fridays.
Today in the studio. And it's a question that I am asking the ladies out there today. Okay? Natalie, kom in. Estomich, kom in. Kom eens kyk nog, wie is dit? Masha, kom in.
Baby mama drama.
Monique, Bubbles,
Bubbles.
kom in. Wie is hier nog?
All the ladies.
All the
Mauli
ladies.
daar nie.
Cereline Ilonga.
Mauli daar nie.
Mohau,
Mohau,
kom
ja.
in. Yeah. I just want to ask you guys, the ladies out there. Ek praat met 'n ander cherrykie hierbo nou die dag. And I see it's a trend. Women have a way of, you know, if they obviously want to repel your advances,
Okay.
okay, they can be vicious.
Oh,
Vicious if they don't want anything to
Do with you.
with you. Why can't you people be a little bit more mindful when it comes to our fragile egos?
Yeah. Diplomatic.
asseblief nie even.
Asseblief.
We have
asseblief nie,
feelings.
asseblief.
Ons het ook gevoelens.
Yeah.
Linnea, I'm joking with Linnea upstairs the other day. Linnea is telling me, hey Linnea, hey, again J, Huleg. You know what Linnea tells me? In no uncertain terms. Hey, J sal lank wag. J sal lank wag. This is not the first time I hear women say this to guys out there. Mitch J. Salangwag.
Hierdie kinders worry nie van ons gevoelens nie. I tried to shoot my shot at Monique.
You try.
It sê.
J.
Toe
Salangwag.
gee sy my daai herror loop en kyk my net soos like.
Yeah, but
Jy kan Monique se herror loop.
that is it's because you invited Matthew and
Yes.
you're wearing Aghnat.
Ja. Hey, wait, jy slaan 'n Aghnat. Is there no better way to obviously, diplomatically tell us, I don't appreciate your advances. Maar moenie vir my sê jy sal lank wag nie. That is insulting.
Not good.
Ja, asseblief. Jy sal lank wag. Ethel Koningsdogter, môre julle. Natalie, wat lag jy? Wat lag jy? Is nie 'n grap nie, okay?
Julle maak ons seer. You are hurting us.
Wilhelm Bolly, all roads lead to Nevers. Ja, ons soek julle nie. Natalie Oranges, kom ons gaan ex hier. Kom ons gaan waar? Huh?
Om kriepos in die studio.
Om kriebels.
Om kriepos in die studio.
Het nat gereën. Kom ek in.
Nat gereën.
Kom ek in.
Môre om Chris.
Goeiemôre julle, hoe gaan dit?
No, it's a pleasure to see you in studio.
No, I really just
uh,
took a flight from the rain, that's all.
Oh, you just took a it's the first time that I think anybody sees your face on screen. So, Happy New Year.
Thank you very much, and to everyone else. The New Year is quite happy, is it nie?
Yeah, no, it is.
Nogal lekker met die reën en so voort.
No, very much. Chris, you have something to share with us this morning?
Ja, ek wil so klein bietjie perspektief gee oor van die goed wat ons so wil ek amper sê sensationalize sonder om na al die impak daarvan te kyk. Een van hulle is hierheen. Ek kyk, het is nou groot issues van hoe mense verspoel daar in wat naby die riverbeds bly. Ons het nou 'n lang droogte gehad, so mense het gewoond geraak dat hulle daar kan bly, jy weet, sonder skade, maar Windhoek is 'n baie bergagtige deel. So water loop sommer vinnig. En as hy al 'n slag geloop het en 'n volgende reën kom, dan is dit eintlik nog sterker. Maar ek wil hê ons moet ook dwars deur die land kyk en bietjie 'n gedagte spaar vir die ouens wat te veel reën kry. Baie van hierdie huise waarvan hierdie mense bly, is tydelike behuising. Jy's natter binne die huis as buite die huis.
Okay, Chris, please, before we get insulted that you're only speaking Afrikaans.
It's okay, ek is Afrikaans.
En sal ons hierso dood maak op die comments om Chris.
Ek sê vir hulle ek is Afrikaans, nie verstaan nie, gaan switch oor. Luister musiek. Floors and things like that. It's mud.
Yeah.
Not a floor that is just flooded.
Yeah.
Most of the people cook on wood, which is now wet.
Yeah.
There's not electricity. It's difficult for them to prepare food. And even difficult to go and fetch wood. Zambezi region, for instance, it's a bizarre situation. Those people are facing a drought now, amidst all this floods of the floodplain. Because their crops are standing in the water. It's dying. So it's a drought, a food drought in a water flood. So I just want to say, just think a little bit. The Shauna's there in the north.
Yeah.
If you were used to walk across the Shauna to a school, and now that Shauna is full.
Yeah.
Next morning you'll walk 10 kilometers because you have to go around it.
Yeah.
You will see a lot of drowning, tragic as it is, of small children.
Yeah.
Because there are wells in that area during the dry area.
Wat is hy wat hom Christoph noem?
Oshonas.
Is Yoshonas.
Yeah, now there's a well in that,
Yeah.
in the dry time.
And they don't
So
know
when it fills up,
with
the guy
water.
walks.
You can't
knee
see
deep,
it.
You can't
cannot
see
it,
Yes.
and they drown. So that is the kind of things. Although rain is very, very welcome,
Yeah.
we really have to spare a thought
Yeah.
on how some people
Yeah.
have to cope with all the great things that rain bring.
Yeah.
They can make life difficult as well.
Very true, especially
Yeah.
in the north, like you say, and
Basically everywhere. Huh?
very true, Chris.
Yeah.
And I think, and it's like you say, I think the example of wood that you are using, the fact that people needs to cook, die hout is nat. Hoe gaan die mense eet? It's raining all over.
Yes.
En ek sien hom, Chris, and like you rightfully say, when I drive down to Elisenheim, daar's baie mense wat van Miekse kant afkom who are collecting wood. I've not seen people this week collecting any wood.
Well,
But die hout is nat.
I did not see that. So
Yeah.
I did not travel there.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's a problem.
yeah.
And the next thing that will happen is they will gather water from the nearest point
Yeah,
where there is water.
yeah,
And that water is severely contaminated because it comes from an area, and you know how riverbeds, what people dump everything there.
yeah,
So by the time that pool is formed at your place, where you quickly fetch water because it's there, it's like poison, it's toxic.
Did you see that comment that came through?
fucking comments.
Die comments op
Tangeni,
Chris, they're gonna
Tangeni
give us-
says, Chris, apparently when praying for rain, one should give your address because some don't have proper housing.
Yes, and even those with proper housing, in Kleine Cooper, who had the perfect housing,
Yes.
are underwater. So privilege doesn't keep bad luck away.
It's very true.
Kripo, we were talking about this the other day. We were saying, it's just life that way. Like you would want, because you saying like, I'm farming, I want rain for this and this. But at the end of the day, somebody has to suffer if you get that. It's just, life is just, een is op as die ander also op nie. Een is af as die ander also op. So what is the
The
middle point?
solution is put off your cell phones, get off the social media. Because they will send you a picture of a flood. Forgetting that what is the effects of it? There's no discussion on it. It is just to shock or to get interest. And then we move on to the next picture, which might be an official's girlfriend at the cooker shop. And then these things are behind us. So we are losing contact with each other.
Humanity.
We
has-
know what is happening in the country. We see the rain, we see everything, we see
Yeah.
accidents, we see bodies, we see houses burned down, we see everything, what
Yeah.
people eat,
Yeah.
nice steaks and things. But we don't say to each other, good morning, how are you? Because you stand next to a guy, then you send him a WhatsApp, are you okay? This is the kind of things that creates not a loose connection in communication. We are disconnected, and then we are surprised if we are. We are the makers of our own demise. The other thing, Kofi yesterday had the story of a dam that burst in Hardap, in the catchment area. That's a huge dam. So, did anyone ask now, this big dam, what did the guy use it for? It might have been that he had fields there employing 200 workers.
The datal fields.
Yeah, now
Whatever it may be.
Now the water is gone. Now for him to build a dam is one thing. When will the dam fill up? Next 5 years. Now what happened to those families? What happened to the food he produced? Or do we now presume the dam was there for skiing only? So yeah, it's a. I'm not please, I'm not bashing the rain. I just say,
Yeah.
look around you. Take, for instance, a taxi commuter. If he's caught in the rain, in a storm, a mother and 2 children, I would say, why don't the taxi stop at the taxi rank? Must they stand there now and
Yeah.
not being picked up? And then a motorist pushes water for them. Why? Let them get in the car. Let them get out of the rain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so things like that. Sometimes I think I don't think we overthink things sometimes properly.
Yeah, no, definitely the rain. Yeah, like you do say, it's. It seems like it's a double-edged.
Yeah,
sword
it's a
at the-
double-edged.
But we have to live with it.
We have to live with
It's
it.
like COVID is a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
There are people who love COVID because they can sit at home.
yeah.
They just cough and then they've got COVID, grade 7.
Ek voel ook nog bietjie.
Yeah, they have the Greenland strain.
Ek voel ook so.
Yeah. So that is the one. I must say what I find very interesting, and I would like the intellectuals on this program to assist me a bit, because I don't understand it maybe properly. I see De Beers or CDM is going to pay its workers $2,000.
Yes.
Is it not, if they are vaccinated?
Yeah, if they
So
vaccinated.
we presume they are not vaccinated until yesterday when the offer was on the table.
Yeah.
I want to remind CDM that I'm a half shareholder because they are 50-50 partnership with the government.
Oh, right.
So
Correct.
is it their money or
Taxpayers'
our
money.
money.
our money? It's
Yeah.
one. Secondly, the anti-vaxxers who until now did not vax, do their morality now have a price? So if 2,000, I'll go.
I'll go vaccinate
I'll-
because I'm
I'll
getting
take
the
the
2,000.
Or are they going to say, no, make it 2,500?
Then I'll vaccinate.
Yeah.
And what about another company who cannot afford because the taxpayer is not the shareholder? Can they now pay 1,000?
And also, what about the ones that have gone and got their vaccines? Are they also going to get paid?
No, that's after the fact.
Oh, right.
If you look at the statement. So for me, it's quite interesting because in this sense, CDM is like a parastatal. So can Transnamib, Roads Authority, can they all now pay the 2,000? Because that's the benchmark. And it's a serious benchmark. And I will tell you why. Pensioners get, I think, 1,300. Is it?
Oh, yeah.
So
Ek sien nou waar gaan hom kriep nou. Ek sien nou. Okay.
the 1,300 in my book constitutionally is a living. It's not enough, but that shows you more or less what we think people can live off. You know, can buy some food with. But now you can get 2,000 to vaccinate. So I don't want the pension now, I want to be vaccinated.
Ek sien waar hom kriep nog. Maar om kriep,
So,
I
yeah,
think
no, it's
I think
just
it's MTC
interesting.
that started it all because MTC started offering people free data bundles for a month, and if you get vaccinated, so you need to go to their website, get vaccinated, show proof, and they give you free data for
Yeah,
a month.
Ethel, ek sal die comments nou lees.
Well, for the time that they're off, when I want to call, they can also give me some free data. I would appreciate it.
So sal hom kriep die vaccination gaan kry by onze mense. Dan kry hom kriep die 2000.
Yes, terrible.
Ek word geskel hierso.
Lees die comments.
Sleg.
Kom ek kyk gou hier. Ja, ek weet you guys are complaining it's relationship day to day. Yeah, we'll get into talking relationships now.
Ons sal nou net.
So no.
No, I've got 3, man. I've got 3 women. Help me out here.
Raymond Person, was daai daar toe girls jou mooi geantwoord het as jy vra kan 'n man dan nie, het die girls geantwoord as jou tools nie geroes is nie.
Yes.
There are some good mornings here. But most of the comments are, yeah, what? This is privileges to some of us. What? Dis is privileges some of us want in life. Ek wens ek kan net in Fresh FM se studio loop en my eie show maak. Wie is dit nou? Huh? Rovera. Now the three are behaving since Oom Kribo stepped in Kaufman acting so innocent. No jokes
Ek gee vir Oom Chris kans om te praat.
Giraffes and pit bulls.
Well, the pit bull thing also, I was sort of surprised because it's a very, very heavy topic. If you remember, our waiting trial Minister of Justice in Parliament addressed the pit bull issue. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Wanted to make a law, or some parliamentarians. And then he made a statement and said, no. We cannot make law for pit bull, it's a good dog. So it was even, I don't say what he did, what I'm trying to say, the pit bulls even were debated in Parliament. Interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
Maybe the mamba must also be the black mamba.
The black mamba.
Okay, but
While we are talking about the relationship.
Yeah.
okay, but why don't we also have laws about snakes if we're going to talk about the pit bull? I know people that own snakes here. En een van die mannen wat snakes own is die man wat hier was, Sean, onze sheriff.
Yeah.
And we don't have laws. I don't think there is a... Kijk, om
maar
wil die
luister.
sheriff worry.
Los toch hier hierdie heavy geselskap vandag.
Dis Vrydag.
Die mense vertel my kakkies op die stream.
Don't talk about Sean, man. He's now busy stopping the water at the Hardam Dam, please. Don't let him leave his job now.
Ja, hy los vir...
Dis onze sheriff.
Nee, fuck, ek het nie lus met. Mense, ja.
Ons
He drove Wyatt up out of town, so...
die regte sheriff is Sebastian Daitunga. Klaar
Die regte
gepraat.
sheriff.
Finish.
Dis waar dit eindig.
Julle haat my, bra. Ek verstaan nie hoekom.
Nee, los daai, ja. Ja, so, Kribo, ja, today is relationship day. Hierdie klomp jong mense wil net oor relationships praat hierso.
It's right.
Ja.
We were debating the relationships, never mind people relationships, but if I may ask you, what is your thought of our relationship with Botswana at the moment?
It's very interesting. Botswana hosted our refugees for, say, before independence, after independence, after the secession. They came back about 2 years ago, 1,000 of them.
They told them to go home. It's like, hulle het geforce laat hulle teruggaan. Like, go back to your country.
Mitch, I'm not going to entertain that thought. It is a United Nations. You know, they have a camp there, they see and they say, go back to your country because they are no threat to you. You don't say, go back to your country because I don't like you here. So the reason why refugee camps are closed is to say, listen, there where you are from, there's no conflict, no danger, no flood or whatever, you can go back. You cannot stay here forever. That's more or less, but that's the international protocol. I just want to say the following about all border communities. It's Angola, Botswana, Zambia, the lot. The people living on that border areas from Kunini to Ngoma, down the Kalahari at the river, here in Kunini up in the north, the relationships between those communities is the reason why we don't have military bases of both sides on that borders, because they have a good relationship with each other. So here and there you will have pockets of people going over the border, get drunk on the other side, get into fights. If you remember the issues we had with the Angolans coming to school this side, coming to our hospitals, but it's mostly our border communities are related to each other. So let's try to keep the peace. If there's tomorrow another government in Namibia or in Angola, the policies might change, but the communities are not going to change. So that we must keep in mind all the time. But I don't think in a war, I was involved. But I would not suggest a war. And I've got a nasty suspicion that these guys who shout war will not be there the day the war comes. They will say,
Starts.
no, I'm now deployed at the southern Orange River border. We wait for you guys to come from Zambezi to here, then we'll fight you. So I'm not a great believer in war. It's wasteful. It is tragic.
The offenses.
And you know the pity of war. Every war ends with peace. There is no that war ends and then there's peace. So you ask yourself now, why we have all this shooting, bombing, to do what? Because we will make peace. Or someone else will make peace. So for me, it's just a stupid thing.
Yeah, there is a saying that says, if you prepare for war, you must prepare for peace.
Tell that to a soldier. No, tell that to a soldier in the bush.
You must be ready for peace too.
No, tell that to a soldier or plan fighter, anybody who goes into a contact. No, you're going into a contact, prepare for peace.
That just doesn't make sense.
That's a nice slogan here under the activists and things, but I don't think the reality is like that. I've never prepared for peace when I'm in the bush. I prepared for the worst.
Liewe Jiskia, wanneer begin die friendly oorlog met Botswana en ons, die Mitch en Kaufman kom ek haal self verdele vir die friendly.
That's it.
I'm never gonna fight a war. Just one reason why I'm never gonna fight, like being there.
They never talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
like you see that in movies. You see him in movies, but
no.
I don't think it's gonna be that way. That they show it in movies. You get the chance to run here and shoot who. No, I think it's just gonna be a whole chaos. So you wouldn't be structured.
Los toch maar vir ons met oorlog goede. Because
ons maak liefde.
Make love, not war.
Make love. The founding father said, you men are in Kambashu's too much. Go home and make babies.
Being married is a war
guys,
enough.
I must go to a meeting. So talk about your relationships. Just keep in mind, I will come and ask for advice on Monday.
Yes.
Because when I were your age, I had more women than Solomon of the Bible.
People was a lover boy.
Gevaarlijke een.
Mavutus.
Maar dit was oor die Ami. Ons is ons oral gewees. Vra enige soldaat, hy het meer vrouens as Salomo gehad.
We must get Kripo voor die over die Mavutus hanteer.
Ja, we will.
So as julle vir my advies het, ongelukkig het van die vrouens is nou baie oud.
Ja.
Hulle is baie ouer, hulle was jonger as ek, maar nou is hulle ouer as ek.
Ja.
Hulle is nou te oud vir my. Dis nou die probleem. Ek weet nie waar hy fout gekom het. Maar hulle het my geovertuig. Ek sê vir 'n paar omdat ek hulle nie herken nie. Môre tannie. Hoe gaan dit met die oom?
Nee man.
En sê hulle, Here Christmas, ons is saam op skool.
I have to do that.
Now guys, enjoy a lovely weekend. It's going to be wet according to all the predictions. Keep your families safe. And now with the rain, you have to stay indoors. In any case.
Ons gaan dit doen Chris. That's what exactly I will be doing.
Really enjoy it. And if you do like all Namibians do, and go outside of town to see the rivers that came down, don't take your city golf and now try to cross the Kuisep River.
Yeah.
Tell the guys, this river will do nothing to
Chris,
me.
I bet you guys.
Chris, jy het die respek vir die city golf.
I bet you guys on Monday morning we will see cars that have gone down the river.
No.
So to the city golf owners and golf GTI, I have a challenge to you all. If the rain comes, see how quick you can drive from Stingwater here at Dordabus to on that gravel road there to Rebot. Let me see when you cross the Scarp River how it goes. I will be extremely interested.
Of we gaan Zoom gou in.
Om Kriebel. Om Kriebel. Nee. Yeah, definitely. We will see what happens over the weekend. Yeah, Koffie, jy moet maar reg staan.
Sorry, and don't worry about the roadblock, huh?
Yeah, the
The
roadblock.
police don't come out when it rains. They just sit there.
Yeah.
Show you just with the finger. But look for the finger because the finger don't go in the rain. It's
Inside the house.
You cannot see it. It's inside the house. Okay, guys.
Om Chris,
Dankie,
baie,
Om
baie
Chris.
dankie.
And thank you for saving me from a bit of rain. I hope I did not upset your show. But
Yeah.
that's how it is.
Dis so.
Okay, guys. And behave now when I gone.
Nee, ons
Please, man.
is baie moeilik.
Let's
Ons kan
keep it
nie.
up. Keep it up.
Om Chris, thank you very much. Kom ek lees gou 'n paar comments. Franco Jose says, old man has 3 widows. His weekend is sorted. Never vra die topic ken wat is Pornhub. Nee, ons daar's nie 'n man wat die Pornhub ken nie. Om Chris must have a brandy and coke on me. Dis wat Mutumba sê. Hey, ja, julle die toppie uitgehaal hierso vanoggend, hè. Ons gaan nou oor rejection praat. I hope you you guys are there. Estomish says, the thought of Neville in the army. Have you seen Neville running? Tell them Kribo, those 3 has no Mavutu's games. Kofi and Neville are loyal to their ladies, so no army games. Estomish, what makes you think that I don't have a Mavutu? What makes you
Estomish
think
grap hierso, né?
that my game is not tight?
Your Mavutu
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
But why do women cannot accept rejection, but they are willing to?
Thank you.
Bro, you can just reject the woman once, ne, and her whole life is over. What? How me? How? That's waar. They cannot accept it. Soos van net gelede ek gereject en sy het aangegaan. Sy van my
aangegaan.
hele tyd.
Ja.
Hoekom vat jy my nie? Ek sê nee, ek soek vir Monique.
Ja. Luister.
Seriously.
Ek wil regtig vra, nee, seriously, and that's another point. Our question that we asked earlier in the show was about rejection. Okay, why can't you guys be a little bit more diplomatic when it comes to rejection? Okay, jy kan nie vir my kom sê jy sal lank wag nie. Okay, what's that supposed to mean? Like lank wag and like it will never happen between you and me? Or lang wag in like jy's lelik, you have nothing.
Dit sal nooit gebeur nie.
Dit sal nooit gebeur nie. What are you saying? And in the same breath, I want to add to what Mitch is saying that luister, for the 1 or 2 that have shown advances to me for the last 35 years, ne? If you show rejection to a woman who comes at you strong and she sees that jy wil nie hê nie, jy ngani.
Dis net jare se moeilik.
It's
Dis
like,
jare
Tama,
se moeilikheid.
you broke her self-esteem. Ons word gelabel as ons sê
Maar
nee.
as sy nie 'n Ford bakkie het nie, hoekom moet ons dan nog belangstel?
Dit reden.
Franco just says Mkribo has been chopping apartheid Mavutus. World War II Mavutus. Dai Topi had Kama Sutra experience. The older the Jews, the sweeter old widows feel young.
Sê Franco.
Ja? Nee, want jy moes net die comments gelees en waarom terwyl om Kribo sê. Oh my God, man.
Yeah, the weather will make so that babies be born in October and November. Founding fathers' wish is coming true. Wilhelm Bolly true. Neville, you are a snitch to snitches as Mavutus. Huh? You'll cheat and tell Mevrouw about it. Game over.
Dis.
Here. Hierdie is nou mens, nee, sy ken my baie swak, nee. Sy vat my swak, jy. Lang beteken jy is nie my cup of tea nie. Al is jy die top jita, top, daar's net iets wat nie die vrou die, ek sal eet spaak nie. Oh, nee, ek hoor jou, Natalie. Ek hoor jou. And it's true.
It's true.
It's true what you say.
I agree with it.
You, Kofi, you might be the cup of tea for some ladies,
Yes.
but you are not even
Everybody's.
remotely.
She's a junkie for this.
Yeah,
She's a yellow
verstaan jy?
fat cook.
Yeah, and it's probably the same for you also, Mitch.
Yeah. I think I've been rejected once, I think, or twice. A lot of
Did you take it very hard?
Yeah, I did. I did take it very hard. But it's just a bad feeling. You know, it's like there are ways to do it and that can be really, you know, like, wat nie jou siel seer maak nie. You know, some girls can say things that will hurt your soul. Your soul would want to leave your body. Ek gaan.
Yes.
Hierdie jive aan diese van die hele katoetorige. Dit is waar hoor jy van my.
Ek het een keer 'n Mavutu reject. Toe gooi sy my kar se hele ruite breek.
Nee man.
Let this be a lesson to you, Mitch. Don't reject a Damara lady.
Yep.
That is Raymond Basson. Mohausi Bolly says, Rou, as ek vir Kofi saamvat, gaan sy lewe change. Hy gaan daai gitaar in Katutura Taverns begin speel.
That's sy. That's my mark. That's my market.
Man, I'm just imagining Kofi dead, big skouers.
Yes. Playing German music.
Sonskyn.
Ja, my big
Ja man, dis boere musiek. Ek speel net Deutschie, as jy in Deutschie.
Big Skouers.
Sonskyn.
As 'n Duitser daai. Dis nie sonskyn nie. Serelin Ilonga says, want julle wil net die lemoen uitsuig en daarna wegbly, so ons is bang. Oh, is that the issue, Serelin? Okay, maar jy suig dan ook my lemoen uit. Ons suig mos mekaar se lemoene uit. Why is it always one-sided?
And that's the thing. Our women were hot-wired to be like, as a man, you eat fry, you will net that do. That's just their thing. Like, they just think, even if you like, hey, kom ek vat jou op 'n date. Hoekom sal die ene my op 'n date van vat? Na die date wat gebeur?
Maar ek het mos gister gesê, I wasn't lying when I said, you know, when I met mevrou many years ago, ek wou haar net getriep het.
Ek is different, Neville. I'm a romantic guy.
Shut up.
I want to wait 3 months before I even...
Yeah, no, I was willing to wait. I was willing to wait.
To dribble.
En sy het my lank laat wag. Here Kofi.
Hoe lank? 3 maande.
Ek hoor jy guesthouse goed ook gehuur. Dis en niks gekry.
Pokkel.
Neville, did you do the walk of shame?
I did the walk of shame a few times with mevrou.
Okay.
We went on lunch dates and coffee dates and dinner dates, and I remember years ago there was this the old Chinese, there was here where Kenya House is. Years ago there was an old Chinese restaurant here, and mevrou never had Chinese,
Okay.
and in her life ever, and this restaurant was the first place that she tasted Chinese. And she also, when she met me, she never had prawns in her life. So she loved, I introduced a few things in her life, and funny enough, it's all food that sort of won her over.
Okay.
Women love food.
Yeah, women love food, and
Yeah.
I love food. So
Love goes through the stomach.
goes through the stomach. It took a whole 9 months to...
But the walk of shame, you know what the walk of shame is? Is when you sleep over and you early morning 6 o'clock, you've got a cheap and you duck and dive daar deur die bosse met jou tekkies.
Yeah. Talking about that, is jy al ooit gevang met 'n ander ou se vrou mens Neville?
Never.
Have you ever been in that situation to
Cherry.
defend yourself?
Cherry.
Ander ou se cherry.
Cherry. Ja, nee, ek was al.
En toe, wat is
Early,
I will tell you,
somewhere-
real crazy.
Early 90s, it has happened.
What did you do?
Here, dit was nie maklik nie. You come from the club, you end up at this chick's apartment. I still remember this. And perceivably she and this guy are not dating anymore.
Yeah.
So-
That happens a lot.
Yeah, so nou kom ons by haar flat aan. And this guy, it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm just there. I just want peace before war. Okay? So this guy was standing in front of the door and say, hey, yo, what's up? Oh. And she's like, hi. And he was like, yeah, no, I just came to see how you're doing. And the guy saw me. And the guy knew me. Hey, Neville, what's up, man? I said, no, cool. So, okay. Ek het net draai kom maak.
Jy was gereed om dit.
So he left and we went inside the flat. So I'm like, so I thought you guys said, no, I don't know what he's doing here, but we're not seeing each other anymore. 5 minutes later, he comes and knock on the door. Maak oop hier, Ander. Open it now. Kwa, and he barges in there. So they go into a little
Argument, a frenzy.
tiff. No, ek staan maar net een kant, nee. So I'm like, and the guy tells me, and Jay Neville, it's the last time I'm seeing you here. Ek dink net, kyk, this is 1992.
I am out of here.
Ek het nie beef met niemand nie. Maak klaar, julle se baklei, I'm here for one thing.
Ek wil dribble.
Ek wil dribble. So he left. Luckily, nothing happened.
Maar toe dribbel jy nog.
Nee, ek het gedribbel.
Die hele stress uit.
Ek gedribbel.
Neville.
Hallo.
Chique man.
In
Oh.
1992, how old was I in 92?
Wasn't it Harry Simon?
Nee, fuck. I was 21, 22 back
Na
then.
al die drama nee.
Nee, my
Ek
broer.
nog krag om
Ek
dit dribbel.
het krag.
Mitchell
vandag
asked,
nie.
wasn't it Harry Simon?
Nee, hy was aan my gemoer.
Nee, man.
Hy is aan my gemoer.
What happened to me was like really crazy. You know that time when Porras had money.
Hey.
Maar onze cherries en net Porras wil gevat het.
Hey.
Ek play nie in Katutura, ek play in Windhoek Noord. Die Tamara from het so, ek play in Windhoek Noord. Bro, so Neville, I came and Porras used to jump, bro. Die ons was dik. So I don't know how I ended up there. I was drunk as a mother chicken. So I don't know how I ended up there, and we got ready to now dribble.
Yeah.
And now my pants is off already, nee. Ek is in die hot pants. En ek het gelukkig 'n vest nog aan gehad. And this dude came through en is 'n groot
Como está? Tudo bem? Tá
groot
fixe.
swart ou.
1 Augusto. Ja.
Jo. En jy ken hulle hy
Hoor vir my.
skinies get.
Groot swart ou.
Is 'n groot swart ou. En ek is, and imagine you think now I'm short. That time I was really a stompy.
Nee.
It was a stompy. And this guy came through there and you know they have this jeans most the skinny jeans.
Yeah.
And that's why they speak like them. Oh, fuck.
Hy druk daaronder op ou boet in die tweeling.
Bro, Neville. This
Yeah. No, I know those pants.
you know, if you start arguing, there should be a process. There should be a process. This guy skipped the whole process and just got angry. Started one. You must first ask questions. This guy didn't ask questions. He skipped the whole process. He just jumped at me. Neville, I told that guy.
En die man jy klag gemaak.
Hey, het my gemoer.
Is too much patat, toe kry jy pak sludge.
Nou Neville, hierdie bloody meisiekind wat vir my moet help.
So the girl is supposed to help you.
Sy het met haar gebring, Neville, wie moet my help? Wie moet my... Die girl wat my moet help, hardloop uit. Ek is like, wat in die keetmans, en dis 'n eenkamer huisiekie. Dis 'n buitekamer, Neville, waar hardloop ek uit. Die man vang my sommer, joh. Ek sê, die man, bro, I have kids, as I'm believe, I have kids.
I'm kids.
I still remember that day, ne? En nou moet ek by die huis terugkom en my pa vra my kom like ek so. And I didn't want to explain that story to my father.
Kom ek lees hierdie
Oh,
comments.
this is getting funnier by the moment.
Kom ek lees hierdie comments. Mitch was miskien die iceboy vir die Angolans. Ja. Raymond Basson says, oh Neville, the last time you told that story, you told us Jy die dribbel gelos en maar gelyn. Was die consistency, waar's die consistency oor daai so? Jy praat nonsens, Raymond. Ja, at the age of 21 sal ek nie gelos het nie. As ek nou gevang word, dan sal ek huis toe gaan. Ja. Daai porras het vir Windhoek Tololo gemaak. Liewe Iskia, I agree
with that, bro.
Windhoek North.
Ja, ja.
Alla Pargola.
Net so, Tangeni with a capital T, I Mitch hou op. You're over-exaggerating the size of the guy. Dit was miskien 'n skinny boy wat jou gechase het.
Ja, dat was groot.
Wosie Alana Greenwood sê, ek het die eerste aand wat ek by my man wat daai tyd net my skelmpie was oorgeslap en lelik verslap. My deeg gedak en dive tot in die taxi. Just when I got in taxi, one of the guys' friends were in it. I ignored his existence. I married to my skelmpie today.
Ja, it happens. Never.
Sis,
man.
Fossias. Kry jy nie skam nie. Boy, the guy could just be big. Why is there an emphasis on his blackness?
Ja.
Ja, dis wat Doris sê. Ja.
The
But the guy is
man.
big and black, Doris.
No, a big light-skinned nigga is not threatening.
Yeah.
Like, it does just not look intimidating.
Would
to
you
me.
prefer being bitten by a white
Yeah.
pit bull or a black pit bull?
You know, it's a good
A
story
pitbull is a pitbull.
it's a good story if a light-skinned dude fights you. It's a good story. Like you can put in like by mistake. You might hurt him by mistake,
Yeah.
and he might have a blue mark or what.
Yeah.
Black guys just don't show anything of losing.
Ah.
He's not losing that
Sal
fight.
Give advice, Trini. That Mitch game is super low. He went from me to Bubbles to Nadia. Super fast. Natalie, wat het ek gemaak? Kom ek lees gou hier. I vote Trini to come into studio on the how to handle a Mavutu topic. Check die ou se paragraaf, daar's iewers. Mitch lees daarvoor jy weer try. Dis wat
Waarom?
Rovera sê.
Yeah.
Men lie that they go for inner beauty, but reality, you check the body looks before knowing the heart. That's what Estomich is saying. I agree with you, Estomich, because that is exactly what I was saying, how I've always been rolling. At which point is this rejection being debated before a relationship or after a relationship? Because the confines of debate can be vast. Does it not go both ways, Mitch? Consider the manner and environment of rejection. It is before a relationship. Most probably it boils down to approach and perception. After it all depends on the investment. Hey man! Screaming man! Hey wena man! Yerr. Mitch, are you screaming? Doris, Mitch was used as a... Yeah, I saw that. You said ran
leave me
away.
alone.
Raymond is telling the truth. We remember conversations, okay, but yeah, in short, I guess relationships remain complex in this country
Yes.
and the world over. Coffee J's doodstil daar
Nee,
in die
ek
hoek,
lees
nee.
die comments, ek
Nee,
het sien nou.
Koffie
nee.
soek 'n comment wat sy naam in het wat Natalie
Nee.
sê. Oh, Koffie voice.
Ja, Zelly, hell hath no fury.
Yeah, you must now read the comment from my woman. Ne?
Yeah, hell hath no fury. That's what Zelly is saying. Ja, nee. So, Koffie, jy beter in jou spore trap.
Ja,
Nee?
ek sal.
But Kofi, when it comes to dating in the white community,
Yeah.
is it? We also hear stories about you people, ne? Ons praat mos onze stories
Ja.
very open.
Ja, ja.
Everybody, almal ken onze stories, but we also have a stereotype that white people. You apparently willfully, and I'm generalizing here, I'm not
Right.
saying you, but there's a general consensus that white people pits baie lekker onder mekaar. Ek vat jou vrou, jy vat my vrou.
Oh yeah. I was
Mitch vat
I think in the younger generation, definitely. Look, I'm at the age of 52. I still come from the what shall I say?
It's
The conservative thing. But what we definitely see in the younger white communities,
Ja.
there's a big more openness about sex.
Die kloflewe.
That
Die
is
kloflewe.
true.
Klof, klof.
Ja.
Okay.
Klof, wat's klof?
Klof, klof is klof, klof.
Oh, okay, it's
Ja.
klof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you saying?
It's not this old, sê nou maar staunchy, not even, I wouldn't say Afrikaans, German conservativeness, you know, that we used to experience, let's say, in the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, it's now way more open, and we see, especially in the young white communities, also the way that they communicate with each other is it's out there. It's not, oops, ons moet dit so hou van papa het gesê en mama hou nie daarvan nie.
So they
en
do
dis-
wife swapping.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, that's just...
We believe that, Kaufi.
We believe that for real. We
it's
really
right.
believe you guys do
It's not
wife
as I'm saying that it's not happening by all means.
Because-
I mean, it's probably happening. But yeah.
Vosia sê white people dribble mekaar baie onder mekaar. Ethel says swingers. Yeah, swingers.
Right.
But the word swingers, I remember when I was introduced by the word swingers. Swingers never existed among black people.
Ons ken nie dat.
It's always been as by die Lannies. Want ons het gehoord, julle gooi sleutels in 'n bak. Karsleutels. Die ene
Well,
wat
I've
is-
never been at one of those parties.
Yeah.
Let me know because I really want to go.
Yeah.
Kom maar stel met die GTI's.
White people talk openly about threesomes. No need to cheat. This is what Estomich says. Yeah, she stays in a country with a lot of white
I
people.
strongly believe Estomich had a threesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I strongly believe
You can't say
would have
that.
tried.
Ah,
No, I just
no,
believe
we have to say it.
Look, she's from Norway,
Yeah.
and there's no way she didn't try. I don't like Estomich. Tell me, have you ever tried that? Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm wrong. But you just know a person that never tasted pizza.
Have you ever
in their life.
had a threesome? You.
My stamina is not. My stamina
Oh, my
doesn't
word.
allow me.
This conversation is going south.
It
Just
doesn't allow me to. I can't handle. Never leave me. Leave me.
Sure. Why would two women want to share a stompie? I mean, I'm just asking. The question is out there.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
I know. I don't think I have the stamina. Threesomes of a bamboos. Yeah, bamboos, gavangos. The people that never tasted pizza before. Those people, they have energy.
Yeah, I agree, Marsha Lee. Marsha Lee said, Mitch, you vat yourself out. Maybe it's time for Mitch not to talk. It'll be better for him in the long run.
You see the beauty of being a comedian
I'm done.
is that you can say whatever you feel like saying. So and yeah, I can rightfully also say I've never had a threesome. I'm not saying I never wanted one, but I've never been in my lifetime in a position to get into a threesome because many a times people think that never because of your mouth and what you've been doing all these years. You are very outgoing and forthgoing guy,
people
etc. But
actually
I'm
think that about
extremely
us.
shy. There's no way that I would ever. And I'm talking about then. And no, I'm 50 years old. Ek is nou daar. But Mitch, jy's ook swak, jy. I am 21 years older than you. And jy klaar.
Yeah.
My excuse is ek is te skaam.
Never. Your woman, your time.
Yeah.
Knew about 1 round, 2 rounds, and clap. Girls, these Amabiano girls don't know about 1 round and the clap. They want to finish the whole condom pack, and I just don't have the stamina for them. Never Joe takes a from mense was na.
Yes.
Hierdie Amabiano generation,
My ma het altyd gesê, my seun, as jy vrou vat ene wat lekker kan gesels. Want op die ou dag is dit al wat jy met haar.
Yeah, you see, never, you see.
True,
Me, I'm not putting myself through that, man.
Was jy Alana? Luister, ek moet 'n paar kommies hierso lees. Nou het die Windhoek girls swak geraak. Hulle is nou by die Congolese. Ja, dis wat Raymond Basson
Ja.
says. Ons gaan nou die Top Cheetah en die Mugu announce. Feed well, I mean action in bed and satisfy his stomach. Franco Jose, yes, swingers, oh Neville. Kaufman must tell us we also want to rock the thick German girls.
Is
That
it thick
what-
as in fat or thick as in stupid?
Nee, fat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what Mutumba says. A female friend with benefits. Yeah, we also know those ones. Female friends with benefits. Rose says, Mitch, Joe Mont. Yeah. Masha, you fat yourself out. I don't think Mitch is fatting himself out. Wacht, Mitch, wait. I don't think he's fatting himself out. It's important that you need to be honest with who you are. Okay? Stompies kan nie gedeel word nie. Okay? Roviera says, Neville die ou struggle dan om een girl te kry. Wat nog? 'n threesome. Hy sal later net sit en kyk. Stompies is weggooi goed. Why would two ladies share Stompie? Here, jy gaan dan nog soek as jy daar klaar is. Sê Natalie, ek het klomp threesomes gehad. Ek, my Zamalek en my Mavutu. Dis wat Raymond says. Backspel smaak. Backspel smaak. Ja, Stompies can go a long way, Mitch. Iemand sal vir jou match.
Ja.
Oh, Vosia. Mitch, the people that never ate pizza, eat pizza in the north with dog meat toppings. It's called obolotu.
Is there something like Obolo?
Hey, Raymond, gaan jy. Neville sal dit nie maak. Mitch, hy is 3 minute guy. Coffee, why would two women want to share a Stompie?
Yes.
Guys, let's vote.
For the.
Do we have results there?
Yeah, that's the who is there? Did you guys do a little poll here?
Yeah,
that-
we did a poll.
Yeah, maar wat, hoe, how
do we
what's
see
the
the poll?
percentages?
I think it's just down there. Just check.
So
It's not on the.
did you add my PP as Mugu of the week?
I couldn't edit
Wait,
because
wait,
we
wait,
were
wait.
already live.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just check the results here.
If we can see the results, I don't know.
We had Sanet Steenkamp there for Top Cheetah is 40%. Calvi Voice is 38. And then we have Matthew 22. So Sanet Steenkamp.
Wow.
Hey, Sanet, well done.
Cheetah of the.
Sanet Steenkamp is
Hey.
the top cheetah
Cheetah.
of the week
Well done,
with
Sanet.
40%.
Yeah.
So Mugu of the week is Mr. Skan, we have him with 31%. And Detunga, we have him 69%.
So Detunga is
The Mugu
Is the Mugu of the week. So
I-
Skunk has got what? Skunk has got 31%.
31%
And Datunga 69%. So
Tate Detunga
Tate
is
Detunga
the
is the
Mugu
Mugu
of
of the
the week. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he said
wow.
must he'll remember when he comes back to the office why
So-
he said what he said.
So is it fair? Sorry, you mosquito. Is it fair that we then include Mapipi for next week's vote?
Yeah, Mapipi is the runner for next week.
Yeah, as Mugu. Let's put Mapipi as a candidate for Mugu of the week.
are we not cutting the week off and starting fresh on Monday because things happen over the weekend?
Yeah, I do agree, but you guys added Detunga for Mugu of the week.
Right.
When he was, that was a news story of last week. Okay?
Okay.
So maybe for now, it's, I think for now, let's just, for the sake of consistency for this week, let's just add Mapipi
Yeah.
for
For
next
next
week's
week.
Next
vote.
week, yeah.
Okay?
So we already have contender for Muhu of the week.
Yeah.
We don't have a contender for Top Cheetah.
Yeah, we don't, but it's going to come.
Oh no, Chris. They said Chris is the legend.
Yeah.
So Kribo, we can add him to Top Cheetah.
We will
Okay,
add him
yeah,
to
let's-
Top Cheetah for
yeah.
next week. Women bere ook hulle se stompies in hulle bra. So ou Jay sal regkom, sê Raymond Passon.
Neville, these women get pregnant by the stompies.
Daar sê.
So hou op.
Daar sê.
Hou
sê
op.
hulle, sê
Ja.
hulle. Guys, just some quick news. We don't really have to touch on it for too long. The judgment yesterday by the NTB, the Namibia Tourism Board's lawyer says the main question now is whether they will force a fraud-accused businessman Ernst Ajovi to pay back the $23 million he allegedly scammed from government. Everybody remembers the NTB story of the awards ceremony that was supposed to take place a few years ago. So the High Court has instructed that Anjovi, who received 23 million Namibian dollars from the Namibia Tourism Board for the hosting of these events. This, I believe it was a music show.
The
or
Kora
whatever.
Awards.
The Kora Awards.
It didn't happen.
It did not happen. And they're supposed to be paying back that money. So it remains to be seen exactly what will transpire there. And just quickly, the other story, the question, same-sex rights for top court to decide, okay? The question whether same-sex marriages should receive legal recognition under Namibian law is likely to be taken to the Supreme Court for decision. This is after 3 judges of the High Court in a landmark judgment yesterday stated that in their view, Namibia's constitution protects the rights of people in same-sex relationships and cannot be interpreted as allowing discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, but this is something which only the Supreme Court can affirm. Those are it's been highly contested in Namibian courts, same-sex marriages, etc. Once we have a clearer indication of exactly what the way forward there is, we will definitely be sharing that information with you guys.
What's your take on it?
No, you know what? Twahai, as she will. If people want to live that life, I have no issue with people who. If you want to marry a man, marry a man. If you want to marry a woman, if you're a woman, marry a woman. It has no bearing on me. I accept people the way they are.
I don't really. I always stay away from issues that don't really have an effect in my life.
Ik
blame net weg. I don't even want to.
Thank you, Marsha.
I will stand for your right.
Thank you, Marsha.
But Mara, further.
To each his own.
Yes.
Yeah, to each his own. As we say, we don't always have to agree with each other's views, and we are not living this life as people to agree with each other. Okay? And if there are people who don't agree with my stand, it's okay. It's a problem. But guys, what's up for the weekend?
What's up for the weekend? I'm going to relax this weekend. I've taken some time out. I've decided to use January to just relax a little bit. And we'll be back again in full force as in February on the entertainment side, where I'm going to go to Evelyn Street and other car washes and sing German music.
Dangeni wat ek heb bedoeld die Joe Gat is Joe Gat. So on that note, guys, a few more days to go.
For me, ek sal born again wees hierdie hele
naweek
van ek by volgende maand. So, mense vra nie geld by born again mense.
Dankie.
Volgende week by ek.
Guys, enjoy your weekend. We will definitely be seeing you guys on Monday. Please stay safe. God bless. Love you guys. You make the show what it is.
Bye.
Sharp.